Thank you for tuning in to the Brent Usry Show. The broadcasters in your area, in voluntary cooperation with the FCC, CIA, FBI, and other state and local authorities, have developed their systems to keep you uninformed, confused, following down their trail as they escort you through a path load of emergencies. That's how they gain control. That's how they keep control. As long as you're lining up for their drugs, they own you. So, that brings us to the first story of the day, monkeypox. Apparently, we have a national emergency of monkeypox, and there are 9,500 cases now. Now, I don't know whether you can ever believe the media, but we're at 9,500 cases. The interesting thing about it to me is that 75% of them are in Georgia. I don't know what it is with Georgia. I would have thought Florida or California or Michigan. But yeah, Georgia, little farm belt, Bible Belt community is where monkeypox is going crazy. So apparently we're in a pandemic, 9,500 cases in the United States, soon to be everyone. The next thing I want to talk about is the reason they went after Mr. Trump. They're trying to get him to get less popular. They want people to not vote for him. They want us to think that he's a criminal. And the reality is, we all need to put on our Trump hats. If you don't have a Trump hat, they're still selling red hats out there. I'm going to go look for one, and I'm going to start wearing one every day because, I have a bald head anyway. Why not wear a hat? And I'm going to wear a Make America Great Again Trump hat. And let's start stoking this fire. The reality is, they're trying to make him into a criminal before the next election because they're afraid of him. Now, I'm not saying I agree with everything Trump says or that I love Trump, but I'll tell you one thing. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And nobody makes the left madder than Donald Trump. The next thing I want to talk about is Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate had all of his platforms shut down over the weekend. Now, for those of you who don't know who Andrew Tate is, he's a talk guy, a podcaster he's a kickboxer, and he has risen to fame. I guess he was in a reality TV show, and as long as he was a misogynist and talking a bunch of crap, they did not take him down. They're saying they took him down now because he's a misogynist and he even beat up a woman or said he would beat up a woman. But the reality is, all of that went on for years and years and years, and he never got taken down until he said, "I'm no longer an atheist. Now I'm a Christian who goes to church twice a week," and said that he figured out that Christianity was the right way because of how bad the atheists have gotten, and they've gone off the deep end to the left. And so he said, I just looked at it and I said, there has to be something real about this, because the only people that support marriage and a family and a real life are Christians. And so he became a Christian, started attending church, and now he is shut down. And they're saying, oh, it's because of a video he put out 10 years ago about beating up some woman. Well, nobody said anything about that woman as long as he was an atheist and a misogynist. Plus, he put out a video saying that he had been invited to a party that would have taken him to the next level, that was to be held on an island with a lot of very famous people, and he never went to the party. And sounds to me like he's outing Jeffrey Epstein and the Clintons and all of the other pedophiles. So, you come down hard on their game, and they're getting you out of there. The other thing is, there's been 5 bodies in the past 3 months since the one body exposed in Lake Mead. 5 bodies have come up, and now the news is saying they think there's going to be hundreds of bodies exposed coming out of Lake Mead as the drought goes. They think it was a Chicago gangland graveyard, that you got a special trip to Vegas and you never came back when you crossed the wrong people in Chicago. Hey, Chicago's always been the mafia zone, and they've always had a hand in Vegas, so I don't doubt it. Be interesting to see. But at this point, 5 bodies have come up, and they're expecting hundreds and hundreds more. Next thing is Hunter Biden. The raid on Hunter Biden's house hasn't happened yet. Probably never going to happen. But last night I was driving through Pennsylvania, and they now have a Joe Biden Expressway. It said the President Joe Biden Expressway. Nothing looked as nauseating as that. I thought, what is this? The fast lane to the ghetto? The next thing I would like to talk about is why they're going after guns right now. And they passed a gun law in the House last week, and at the same time they passed the 78,000 bill for bringing in 78,000 IRS agents. Now, what do these two things have in common? Well, simply that our country is completely bankrupt, and there's going to be people calling their loans due, and people are going to stop buying their debt, and we're going to have a complete shutdown, and our country is going to be completely destroyed. And so they have to get rid of the guns, because if they don't get rid of the guns, then they can't go after every dime you have. In order to save their credit card and keep them going, they've got to raise these gas prices so that OPEC is making tons of money, and they've got to start paying the debt. The only way they're going to pay the debt is to get a lot more money, and the way they're going to get that money is start taxing all of us so badly they take away everything we've got. Well, they need to take the guns first, because as soon as they start taking away everybody's money, there's going to be people rising up. There's going to be tax protests. There's going to be people who refuse to pay. So that's where the 78,000 new IRS agents come in that are allowed to be armed. And in order to get hired, you have to be willing to use deadly force on American citizens. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like an illegal standing army. It's against the Constitution, but they call it IRS agents. So now it looks like it's legal, but it's not legal. And we'll see if this thing gets to the Supreme Court. But at this point, hang on to your guns. Go buy more guns. All you can do is take care of yourself. Make sure you've got a year's worth of storage food. Go out and buy some storage food. Go buy some containers and buy dry food and put it in it, or go to Fort Patriots and buy storage food. Buy a lot of water. Have a bunch of water, because as soon as the water stops flowing, then things get bad pretty quickly. And a water filter. Get a good water filter so that if you do find water in the streets, you can go and you can filter it and have something to drink. And go buy yourself a gun, probably a handgun and a shotgun, and plenty of ammo, because things are going to get interesting soon, and you don't want to be the only person that's not ready. Now, I get it. If you're in California, you're probably not ready at all. California is the most unready state. There's preppers everywhere. People in California, oh, wow, the ocean's here and life's great, and we're just going to go surfing and forget the whole thing. Let me tell you, Californians, you better wake the hell up, because it's going to come for you just as fast as it comes everywhere else, probably quicker. With a governor like Gavin Newsom, communism is just an arm's reach away. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being part of our program. This has been the Brent Usry Show, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon.